Hey guys, so I'm back today with the answer to a particular issue that one of my lovely writers had. And this is all around the synopsis. How do you write a synopsis? And the very first thing that I want to say is that it does not have to be hard. Okay, let's reframe this. I am totally guilty as well of maybe falling into the trap that so many do of saying, anytime you're writing fewer words, it's hard. But it shouldn't be. If you have written your entire novel or memoir or book, you should fairly easily be able to condense it into 250 to 350 words. So I'm going to give you 3 pointers. That was actually one of them on what you need to do to simply write your synopsis and not get caught up in this mind mess that seems to be out there telling you that writing a synopsis is super hard. It's not. So what's that first tip? Number 1, don't be intimidated, but we want to keep it to 250 to 350 words. Why? Because yes, we want to explain your whole story, but this is not it. This is really, in a query letter, meant to pique someone's interest. Have I submitted on behalf of some of my clients synopses that were way longer than 350 words? Yep. And do the publishers that I approach still ask to see the full manuscript? Yep. Okay. So we like it to be about a page. Try to make it 250 to 350 words, but don't overwhelm yourself with that. Tip number 2, and this is the real key as far as I'm concerned, use your 5-point plot structure to help you fill this out. Don't rush around worrying about how to make my story the most interesting ever, but in fewer words. It's not a back cover blurb. A synopsis needs to tell whoever is going to read your full, the beginning, the middle, and the end. And your 5-point plot structure is a perfect framework for you to build your synopsis, okay? Because there it's laid out. It's what's the opening scene? Where does your character, your protagonist start? What's their inciting incident? You know, what really drives them wild? Where do they end up caught in the middle, a little bit back and forth? Where's their final battle? And what is that like? That's that main climactic point. And then what's the closing scene? Where do they end up? This will show anybody who's going to read the full transformation. And that's what we're looking for. This leads directly into my 3rd tip, and that is to use emotion to show action. One thing that we don't really want is just a very mechanical, this happened, then this happened, then this happened, then this happened. I mean, okay. But because you are having to use fewer words to get across your writerly style, this is the place to show the emotion that your character is going through. And it adds depth without adding this, crazy amount of words, right? So I'm actually going to do a bit more of a training. I'm going to dive into this because as my writer and I talked about, there's virtually nothing out there that's saying this is actually pretty easy. If you have done the work of writing an entire novel or a memoir or a book of any kind that's over 60,000 words, to be honest, anything over 50,000 words, you've got the chops to write a synopsis. Oh my God, you wrote that in maybe the first day that you started writing. If you wrote 250 to 350 words before, you can write a synopsis. And if you have your entire story arc, then you've got this. And I want to teach you a little bit about where are those places that you can really pull it out. But those are my top 3 tips. How to easily write a synopsis for a manuscript you've already written. You make sure that it's just about 250 to 350 words, pretty please. Number 2, you use your 5 plot point structure to help you outline it so that you keep it, I don't want to say to the bare bones, but that you just keep those main points. That's all you need in this. The beginning, the middle, and the end, and those 2 little bits on either side, the inciting incident and the final battle. And ensure you use some emotion and some emotive words to show the action, because this is not mechanical. This last piece is that part where you get to show your writerly voice. We don't want overly flowery words. This is not where you really dive in, because again, we're keeping it fairly brief. But by showing the emotion, you get to show a lot more of a character without using this incredible number of words. So hopefully that gets this whole mind mess out for you, and you don't have to sit there worried that writing a synopsis is this great, big, hard, horrible thing. It's totally not. You have got this, because I know you have a story to tell, and it's time to tell it. Until next time, leave any questions, concerns, follow up in the comments below, or send me an email at anjanette@storyaslife.com. I'll see you again soon. Bye.